Hello there. What are you expecting today? Because whatever you expect, that's exactly what you're going to receive. So let's say that you just broke up with your SP, he or she, and you want to attract them back. A few things before you start the attraction back. Understand that a man, and I'm referring to a human, is always attracted to something that he or she cannot have physically, right? You have heard the saying, oh, everybody wants what they cannot get, and it is so true. It's referring to a person that says, oh, I don't have that car, I want it. And so they want the physical thing, but in the want, they're rejecting it energetically. So when you want to attract your SP back, you must understand that in order to attract them physically, they're going to have to want you. But how do they want you if physically they have said, I don't want to have anything to do with you? What they're saying is, energetically and physically, I don't want to be here. So how can you attract them energetically back? Because where energy goes, the body follows. The body is the servant of the energy. The body is the servant of the mind. The body is the instrument of the mind. And so understand then, if you want to attract your SP, your partner, back physically, you must attract them energetically first. Because emotionally, the disconnection of the relationship started, and then the second part is the physical separation. So first is the emotional or energetic separation that happened, and then the physical. This happens for women and men. So how can you attract them energetically back? Well, if I was going to call every company that was doing me wrong, that was having my packages late, they were delivering my packages late, or I would have problems all the time, and I would take the time and the day to fix every problem, it would take me a long time, because every circumstance takes a lot of energy from me trying to convince the company to send me the package faster, in spite of the circumstances. So instead of doing it in a linear time, doing it as everybody is doing things, right? I'm not living according to the masses, which is level 1 of awareness. I am going to step into level 7 of awareness, which is mastery of situation, or mastery of energy, or mastery of thought. So I go from level 1 of awareness, do what everybody does, and I step into level 7. There are 7 levels in between. So I'm showing you how to skip 7 levels. Once you get into level 7, what you must do is to have this understanding that first we attracted each other energetically. We separate each other energetically first. So everything happens in the energy to begin with, and then it happens in the physical. So now if they're energetically and physically away, understand that the way you attracted them to begin with, in the energy or the spirit of that which you had within, in that same energy, or even better, you can attract them back. So what would you do? Well, like I said, a person wants to have what physically they cannot have. You want to have your partner in a physical way, and you're saying, well, I can't have them. But understand that you can attract them energetically. What does that mean? You create inner dialogues with your SP right now as if you are in the relationship. Your SP is the actor that must come to play the part. You are calling them in to play the part. So it's not about forcing yourself to have a necessarily mental diet, because it's not by force of our mental force that we create reality. It's by the energy, and energy is referring to flow and alignment. We're getting into alignment through a flow of desire. What would I like? Well, it would be nice to be back with my SP, and I could see ourselves. I could hear him. I could hear her say, would you like to be my girlfriend and my future wife? My future wife. This is referring to the women and men. But the other way can go as well. The woman can come back to you and say whatever you want her to say. And do this. This is flow. This is going in the direction or alignment of that which you desire, but say it slowly so you can see the images. Because it's the images that impress upon you this feeling of resolution, this feeling of escape, this feeling of relief, this feeling of ultimate desire and ultimate ideal. And as you do that, this is how you work with the energy, because energy is thought. Your thought is the most potent power that exists in the world. It's stronger than a laser because it penetrates through steel. It penetrates through everything that seems solid, or your circumstance, as if it's in the way, like a block. Your thought penetrates through it. It dissolves the block. So when we think in flow and in the alignment or direction of that which we want, and we associate images with it immediately, at the end you must say, yeah, I would like that. That would be very nice. That would be very nice. You speak like a child. You think like a child. And you let go. You do this a few times, or each time that fear or circumstance or rejection comes your way, you sit there again and say, no, you know what? I would like this. Because that fear and rejection from within comes because you're still not convinced that you want them, or you're not convinced that this way of operation works, or you're just allowing circumstances in the way. So you must demolish or dissolve everything that comes up. What comes up is a feedback. Hey, do this again. Do this process again and again and again. And so you do it. You do it until you feel as if the waters are calm. You're 70% water. You must tell your waters to stay still. You must say, peace, be still. So you don't have to force anything into creation, anything into manifestation. You have got to get your waters still. The chaos in order. Heaven's first law is order. So now you get yourself back in order, and you say, well, I've lost them energetically, thus the next level was physically. I've attracted them energetically and then physically, because they didn't come into your life by accident. It was according to the thoughts and images that you were holding within about a specific person, about a man or about a woman. And in this way, now you know them even better. And so you make a decision is as if, do I want them or I don't want them? That's all you need to have to make a decision. You need to be clear in your mind. Against the odds, against the circumstances, you just have to know in your heart if you really want this person. Are they qualified to do the job? Meaning, are they a good receiver? And I have put out a video earlier on how to know which person is the right person for you. If you should even attract them back, or the kind of new person you would like to attract into your life, you've got to make sure that they are a good receiver of your desires. That means that energetically and emotionally you will have a very deep connection. And that's the first one that needs to happen. So we want to understand that a man, a person, a human is always attracted to something that they physically cannot have. Everybody wants to have what they cannot have right now in their physical reality. Even your SP, even though they said they don't want to be back with you, they still want you at a deep level. Because if you want them, they want you. It's just that energetically they don't feel connected with you. Somehow in there you have allowed your self-confidence, your self-worth to come in the way. You don't feel good enough. And the way when you don't feel good enough, automatically you make them better than you. So when you're putting them on a pedestal, you have started doing that by rejecting and not accepting yourself in the relationship. So it was the energy that pushed them away. Everything is energy. So a man will become attracted to you when you see yourself in an inner dialogue, and because they're the actor and you see their face clearly and vividly as you speak to them and they're speaking to you internally, they must come in and play the act. You call in that actor. You're saying, no, I don't want Angelina Jolie. I want Brad Pitt. No, I don't want Brad Pitt. I want Jennifer Aniston. No, I don't want Jennifer Aniston. I want Cameron Diaz. Okay? You're specific. The universe loves specificity. I know Neville Goddard, when he manifested his wife, he was very, very specific. I know you might have heard it being said, well, should I be specific with a person? Listen, if you love the person, why shouldn't you be specific? If you want watermelon, why would you say you want a cat? If you want a cat, why would you say you want the snake? If you're asking for bread, you're not going to get a stone, right? If you ask your Father in heaven for bread, is he going to give you a stone or a snake? No. So you're going to get what you plant. The planting is of that image. You're planting an image. You're planting a movie scene. That's what you're planting in your subconscious mind. Well, that actor has to show up because you are you. Why can't they be them? Why can't you call in that specific person? You can. You is you, and them is them. There's no shadow of a doubt. There is clarity. You want that specific person, and it starts with knowing and being convinced and decided that yes, you want them. You don't want to play this back and forth because you're lonely, because you're afraid, because you don't think anybody else exists outside of you. You don't want to attract somebody because of that type of reasoning. That's not a reasoning that comes from the heart. That comes from the surface level mind of fear, doubt, and worry, of scarcity and lack. So go deeper. Is this person a good receiver? And watch the video where I talked about a good giver and a good receiver. Is this SP a good receiver? Have we connected emotionally? When I put out a desire, have they come back and they said, hey, let's do this? Hey, let's do that. That means they're so connected with you. They're one with you. They're one with you. And that's what you want, that oneness, where you pick up each other's thoughts. You pick up each other's images. You finish each other's conversations. That's what it means to be one. One is a good giver and the other one's a good receiver. But you also want to make sure that you are a good receiver of their images, because they want to feel one with you as well. And so every man, every human on this earth wants to have something that they physically cannot get. And you can attract them energetically. If you want to have them in the physical, you must attract them in the energy first, because that's the source. That's where things are taken care of. Not matter with matter, but spirit to spirit, because our thoughts travel, our images travel. And he or she is going to pick up those images, and they have the opportunity to respond. Don't ever doubt that they are not picking up the image. They are picking up the image. But there are things within you that still need to be resolved, such as, he did this, she said that. Dissolve those within and say, no, I see the opposite of it. And you must change that within you, so it changes within them, because they are a reflection or you pushed out. And so if there's trouble within you, there's trouble within them. If there's freedom within you, there's freedom within them. And that's what it comes down to. You do the work within. And don't worry how it's going to be created on the outside, or in them, or in the universe. You do what you need to do. That is why we are not supposed to go and get something. We're supposed to grow into something. Right now, you're going through a period of growth. The separation and division is nothing but a period of growth that you have chosen as a subconscious level to do. Your rejection and not allowing your partner to love you because you did not feel adequate has caused this division, because you needed to take time to be secluded, because away from, that is when we grow. When we are alone, not when we are together. When we are together, we're celebrating, but when we're alone, we're growing. You know that the people that walk the road alone, they make the quantum leaps bigger and faster. And so this separation is nothing but that seclusion of walking the road alone. You and your own thoughts, you and your own heart. So you can come back together and create that quantum leap. So don't fear the rejection that you have allowed yourself to go through. That means there's something within you that you need to dissolve. And you dissolve something by creating something new. And now you step yourself above. You bring yourself above to the level of where they're at. But here's the thing. Once you bring yourself there, you might end up making another decision and saying, you know what? I've done so much work. I don't need you anymore. It's not that you're discarding someone, but you have grown. Or you can choose to stay with them. So we are meant to grow. And if you attract your partner back and you share of your growth and they see your growth and you find out that they're not growing, then you are going to continue to grow. You are meant to grow with or without your partner. And that's the journey that you are on. And so people are going to come and go. Don't give your heart away, meaning don't give your power away. Hold your power, because you need it to grow. You're like a battery pack. And if you just leak the power away, right, you cannot perform. And so contain your power. This seclusion, this separation that you have caused, it was meant to be, because you knew that you were thinking outside of your heart, out of your mind, and not out of your heart. You've forgotten who you are. And now you have the time to go in your heart and create that new image or a new self-concept of yourself, so that you can rise to their level and maybe even above, so that now they can chase you. Now energetically they can chase you, because they are attracted to someone that is above of them. You know, you are attracted to a leader. You are attracted to someone that you want to be like. And so in order for you to be attracting your SP back, you must become better and above them. That's the work that you put in. You must come above, because a leader and a visionary attracts. So hold a vision, a bigger vision, where you are actually worshipped and adored by this person. Put yourself higher, in higher places. Bring yourself in higher places. And then you attract them. That's the attraction. You pull from the bottom up. You attract, you pull. And so you want your SP to be pulled by you, to be attracted by you. That is why you need to build a higher self-concept of you right now. And then you see the interaction between you and them, and you hear them telling you, wow, I can't believe of the changes you've made. I am so proud of you. I am so happy. I am so glad. You look amazing. You look so sexy. You are so attractive. You are so confident. Now they want you, right? So do the work within and understand that you have chosen the separation because you know there's more in you, there's better in you. You know there's something within you that you have not discovered yet. And now it's your time to go deep and discover it and pull it out in the form of images and speech. And that's the work that you must do. Your commitment to this development and this growth depends on you. How quickly you want to grow and how fast. It usually takes 3 days. I can tell you this much from experience. I used to take my notebook and wrote down everything I've wanted, and I would say it over and over. For 20-30 minutes, I would walk in the park every single day, and I would say this on a loop for 20 minutes. And it was the second or the third day they reached out to me, and we got back together. But see, we have had relationships like you and everyone else, up and down, up and down. We have not maintained that mental diet. It was a temporary thing. And we can fix ourselves temporarily and attract our SP back. As Michael Beckwith says, that if you come from a place of selfishness, of just wanting them because you want them, but not at a deep level, you are not aware of their qualities and their worth and what life would look like with this type of person in your life, then you're attracting them for the wrong reason. You're attracting them temporarily as fast food to satisfy a momentary need, the pleasures of today, but you don't have the pleasure of holding this person next to you for the rest of your life. And so think in long terms, because how you manifest a little thing and a temporary thing, you can manifest a long thing, a long-term relationship. And so think of what it is you want. Be sincere and honest with yourself, because ultimately you don't want to be on a roller coaster. You don't want to satisfy the need of loneliness and being alone. You want to satisfy the deepest desire of your heart, which is what? Now is the time to go and dig deep within. As you calm the waters in your heart, what do you hear from inside? Your desire must speak louder than the outside circumstance. And that is when you overcome him, her, whatever happened. Your desire, it must speak to you louder from within. And when I say speak louder, you have to hear it as if you were talking on the outside. That voice within has to be so loud that you look around and say, did you hear what I said? And they're like, you didn't say anything. That is how you know that you have connected to the source. It speaks louder from within than what it is on the outside. So that's it. This is how you attract an SP back. It requires you to go deep within, and that is where your power is, deep within at the source. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, and click on the link and come within our program, Manifest Without Money. That is where you get to learn how to manifest a lifestyle rather than the temporary pleasures of your body or whatever your emotional state you're going through. You want to manifest a lifestyle, something that it's long-term, something that it's causing you to wake up in gratitude, peace, love, and joy every single day. I'll see you within the program. Bye now.